There was a quote I heard while I was visiting and sharing in Folsom, California. These two ladies were floating on their inflatable paddle boards, and I was just on a picnic table up in the brush, and I think they saw me. Whether they saw me or not doesn't matter, but the one was talking about maybe a family member, sister or mother, and it was about thyroid, and then hormones came up. And it seemed like this girl was catching her friend up, or her sister, or whomever was on the other paddleboard, up on the current status of this person. And it's like she got her thyroid, this, that, and the other. She's on this medication. She's on these hormones. She's on taking these herbs and supplements. But every so often, she can, like, everything traumatizes her, and everything can trigger a reaction and then trigger a chain of events. And this other naturopath called it an adrenal episode or something. It was just something. She's just like, anyway, lists all these buzzwords, right? And so I'm listening to it. I'm wondering where it's going to go. And then I want to know what the reaction of the other is going to be. And after all this was said, and this was just a informational session of, there was no description of the emotions attached with the symptoms of this person, the actual person. It was all these words describing all the stuff going on under her skin that she had been told, all the stuff that's going on in her blood that she had been told, all the pieces of her body that was going on that she had been told. And so the girl listening in very intently goes, man, like kind of interrupted her. There's just so much that can go wrong with our bodies. And the other's like, I know, right? And they both sat there, and it was one of the most epic, most beautiful days California could see. It was clear sunshine. They're on Folsom River or Folsom Lake or whatever it is. It's perfect. They're on these beautiful paddleboards. They're in bathing suits on a weekday, right? Like, what? And it just seemed that when they said this, I could feel them, that they had just that like Charlie Brown type cloud hovering over them, and it was raining just on them, or it was about to, and they were sitting there like waiting for it to rain on them. And that one fuels me to get even louder for what I do, but then also hurts because I know how much time they spend with that thought and all the time that they're having with this body that they're saying all these things can go wrong with. I'm very familiar with, I have personal experience and then clinical experience with what living a life like that feels like, where you're just kind of waiting for your cells to just tick down to a certain moment where a bomb goes off, or for this thing called the body to punish you or take you out because you don't have the right thoughts or beliefs, or because you don't know all the conflicts and how to resolve them, or because you live near a power plant, or because you don't know what's in your water, or you live in this state and you don't live in this country. It's like, shit, man. And it was very, because this is who I sit across from in visits. We're exhausted. We're hearing so many different things to hear, right? Around healing and medicine. We don't know who to trust. Everything is conflicting. We maybe have tried so many different things. We're like diagnostically exhausted, which that may be a code, I'm sure, of some kind, like exhausted from diagnostics. That's a code. And we don't even know where to go next. And when you get to this point, this is why I love it, because the benefits of being passionate about whatever step you're going to take, go blaze and go hard. Pick it and go. And what works will always work, and what doesn't will always not. And then you know, because there's so much power in attempting something and experiencing failure. That's what we did as children. We were beasts at that. We led we were all world team in failure. 30,000 steps to take 3 successful steps. Just fail at everything. No fear of failing, but we learned so much. So again, attempting in and tasting what never works, you come out and go, wow, that's based on this, and this led to this, and this led to this. So therefore, interesting. You do that enough, and all of a sudden you're like, I think I'm just going to do the opposite of what holistic medicine says. Go. That's awesome. I agree. I think I'm going to do the opposite of what naturopathic medicine says. Oh, go, please, God. Homeopathy, yes, go. Chiropractic, yes. MDs, yeah, go. You're the one person on the planet that knows what's going on is your body. It's the very thing that was called into question in this conversation. It was on the stand of, do you plead guilty to attacking and maiming and killing billions of people? You. And the body's like, me? I've killed billions? The only reason fucking you're here having this court is because I do what I do. The only reason any of you are here is because I am the furthest thing from that. That's pretty good. I've never put it that. Could you imagine the body on the stand for just homicidal, just straight up, just murder of everybody? Because the body just murders everybody. And I'm not discounting and taking away from the sadness felt when we lose loved ones, and you'll hear lost a loved one too, and it's usually a body response because they have to hijack that, but they have to come up with a cause of death, even though it just doesn't matter, and there's no prevention of death in the history of history. So having that as a marker as anything that you prevented death, you saved a life, right? No, you didn't. There's no such thing. But we can be sad leaving people, but to make sense of the sadness, we don't need to start pointing fingers at the very fucking thing that we're sitting inside of. And that's what ends up happening. And it just sucks because I would like to be inside the blood of these two women sharing a conversation on when they weren't talking about this. And then when they were talking about this, I would like to be in their tummies when they weren't talking about this. And then when they were talking about this, I would like to be in their ovaries when they weren't talking about this. And when they were talking about this, I would like to be in their minds when they weren't talking. You get what I'm saying? There's going to be a completely different response from that. And that is very much those stories that are coming out of you living in a life where you're encased in this being, this, flesh being that you think can, all these things that can go wrong. It's like the temptation that turns you off from owning something, like even just like my rig. I don't like keeping up with tech and all this bullshit. But the more you open up yourself to getting things, the more you have to keep up with things needing repair and things needing, and the body doesn't work that way. Body has this all taken care of. I have an analogy that came up because I'm in these groups for these Sprinter vans. And the way everybody talks about them, it's like the ones that have gone through and done their due diligence and understand why the battery would respond the way it does. They have a completely different response than the people that don't know. And the battery responds the same way to both people. And the one's like, well, it's just protecting itself when it does this and it's overcharged and blah, blah, blah. And the other person's like, oh my God, it's freaking out. It's failing on me. I got a lemon. I'm going to sell it. Like, we do the same thing with the body. We're ready to bail on the one relationship that's going to stand the test of your time. And this is how the stories work. This is the power of these words, the power of metric, the power of lab measurements, the power of diagnostic imaging, the power of labels, the power of symptoms grouped into a new term. Even the adrenal crisis, or whatever the fuck they made up. Like, what the fuck? There's so much unlearning that needs to happen. Not only just you owning the body only heals and then owning the work to believe that and then take action on that and every day, but it would behoove you to grow so that this stuff just deflects off of you and just rolls off, because it just doesn't. Then you have more of a, oh, I've got work to do to go see and amplify up even more so, or discover up even more so, rather than the, oh my God, these ladies were talking about adrenal. I think the body heals itself, but they said adrenal, and I do have adrenal, and my mom doesn't. And like, wow, it can be all peace and harmony, even with mega symptoms. Somebody said, as I said, they said, in a DM, are we ever at a level of peace and harmony with the body if it only heals? What do you mean? Are we ever at a place of no symptoms? And I said, why are you not at peace and harmony when you have symptoms? Because we still think that symptoms and injuries are against us and not opportunities, or they're flaws, or they're unnatural, or they're pathologies, or their sickness, or their illness, or they take our lives. Just like frostbite takes our fingers. And that just doesn't make any sense. And there's more proof here that the body is, there's so much right with the body. There's so much that's on your side. There's so much fucking proof. More than them hijacking, any of them in any of medicine, hijacking the story against and trying to get it to where they're making a measurement on, if they could measure the blood of a baby that's failed to take 30,000 steps to take 3 successful ones and post that as pathology, they would. And it would be like, you know, walking defeatist crises or something. And it's like all babies have it. Oh my God, we're at an epidemic of mass proportions, that the blood, look at what's in the blood. This is causing the babies to fall. Look at the blood. It's like, the fuck are you talking about? Take a biopsy of a scab and measure everything that's in there. Oh my God, it's just a bunch of garbage. It's a bunch of incoherent. It's not even lined up. The tissues aren't lined up. The cells, it's an attack. There's so much right with the body. And when you seek it in your days and you see it, then you can't unsee it. And then it's just proof. Bodies for me, bodies for me, bodies for me. Shit. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. And then when you have an injury or a symptom, you're just like, boom. All right. Why is this for me? What do I need to see with this? Hey, body, what do you want me to do in this? Where do you have us going? All right. I'll support you. Here we go. Thank you, by the way, for showing me this. There's more proof there. Then maybe our conversations can be about fucking would you rather on a raft trip, or those cute guys that were sold us the rafts, or I'm thinking about, you know, dropping out of school and doing something worthwhile. I don't know. Like, they don't have to be around these stories of all these other people experiencing the certainty of symptoms, the certainty that you will have symptoms every fucking day of your life, all the time, that you will have grades of injury all the time. And when you understand this, you'll see the different grades and be like, holy shit, I'm in constant repair and regeneration. Holy shit, I feel certain things to a level of sensitivity that's wow. But you're not afraid of it. It's not all that can go wrong with the body. It is all that is right. And then you start opening up more right and more right and more right and more open and more potential and more. This has been here the whole time. I didn't have access to this. You just didn't understand how to interpret it. But it's always been there since the day you were even contrived, and mom and dad's everything. So all that can go wrong with the body, or all that can go right with the body. Something to think about. Did anybody pick up what's over my shoulder? This is my camping partner for the night. Anybody see him? Dang it, I can't do it. It's a cow. He's eyeing me. He didn't let me park, but I complimented his earrings and his coat and his branding. All that can go right with the body.